Hey, so for today and this week, we're going to focus on writing some informational pieces. We have the learning path here for language arts, and built within this learning path is the writing portion. You'll have these slides available. Each day, there'll be some slides to walk you through the next process of your piece. So you're not writing it all at once. You're going to do day by day, follow the timing, and each day there'll be different things that you need to finish to move along to the next day and stay on pace. So all about pieces, all about mummies, all about ice fishing, all about presidents. You can see these are informational books that tell specifically about a topic. You are going to write about something you are a quote unquote expert. You know a lot about this topic. You don't have to do a ton of research to write about it. With this, a lot of people say, well, I'm not really an expert on anything. It's really just what are you knowledgeable about? What's a topic that you could tell or teach or show people about? And so our learning target is that we can study authors. We're going to study authors to learn how to become better writers, and how do authors, what do they do to strengthen their writing, especially with informational pieces. And so once again, you can see all these examples of books you may have read or similar ones like this. We're not going to read this text right now, but I want to show you some of the features. They're called text features, some things about informational writing, nonfiction texts. A lot of times it will have captions, pictures, tables, charts, different things to make it interesting as you are reading. Here also, the overall topic is World War I, okay? The subtopic here, at least for the day, for this book or this page, it could be a short writing piece, is trench warfare. We're going to learn about that this week in World War I. But you also have these subheadings where this is staying organized. The only thing that's going to be covered is how are the trenches built. And so you'll have a paragraph about that. No man's land, we'll learn about what that is, but you have a paragraph. It can be a short paragraph as you see, but you're organizing as different parts of this topic. So we'll explore text features in the text structure this week. So once again, all about books or informational books. They teach about a topic. Okay, you can include personal experiences in what your expertise is, like how you know about it. You're going to tell maybe examples or situations in your own life where you have used this information. Characteristics here is you need to make the topic very specific and narrow down. Instead of just sports, you could do a specific sport like baseball. Instead of just animals, you can narrow down to dogs. But if you know a lot about dogs, you can narrow down to a specific breed of dogs. So try to make it more narrow. We're going to organize. We'll have an introduction. We'll have a conclusion and several body paragraphs where you are going to indent and make into paragraphs. Some of you do that, but not that many so far, I've noticed. So we'll work on that this week. Once again, we showed you some examples in the previous slide, but here we're going to talk about in our introduction on Wednesday how to hook the reader. So you're not writing your introduction yet. Really, today's a brainstorming day. And then we're going to try to use some transition words where we link one idea to the next, and then we'll work on a conclusion. So what you need to think about today is brainstorm what are some topics that you know a lot about. You'll have to brainstorm 4, and the one that you're going to do and fill out is a little different, the organizer. I'll show you in a minute. But here are some things related to that topic. So as an example, glaciers, if that was your topic and you knew a lot about it, you have locations of glaciers, where they're located geographically, what the conditions need to be to have glaciers. Then you could write about the structure. How do they form? What do they look like? Are there different types? And then exploring just what has been discovered about glaciers, and you might write about that. Dogs. This is up here to talk about the fact that if you can be specific about a type of dog, that would be even better so that you don't have this huge topic. Running, if you have some tips, some things, how to train, what to do, types of running shoes, you can choose a topic like that. And so what you're going to be asked to do is, if you go to its learning page here, this is going to link you to the actual learning path, which gives you different things. And so the writing review here is just to look over one of the organizers, 2 of the things I just showed you, as a reminder. You don't have to do anything on this page, but just remind yourself, read over this, and get an idea for what the next step is going to be for this learning path. Let me go back to the bottom. The last step is you'll have this assignment where you get this organizer. It's called expert topics. What are some topics that you're an expert on? And so when you get this and make a copy for yourself, it's just an organizer today. This is your assignment for Monday, is to fill this out and try to brainstorm 3 or 4. There's 4 spots, 3 or 4 topics that you are an expert or that you know about, you're knowledgeable about, that you can talk about. So here you just put the topic and some of the supporting details. I've made an example here for myself, some topics I'm an expert on. Baseball, I played baseball throughout my life, teaching, football. So I just did 3, I brainstormed quickly, and each one, 3 or 4 different, it could be headings, it could be like the subheadings of what are the parts of baseball, for instance, that I know I could write about. I talk about the pitchers and how they have different throws, pitches that they can do, catchers and the role that they play, how to be a successful catcher playing baseball, the different outcomes of hits, what can you do as a batter, a single, a double, a triple, a home run, stuff like that, striking out. I could write about the rules in baseball. There's a lot of things, and I'm going to narrow down to 3 things, but today if you can talk about 4 parts, like for instance, teaching here, creating lessons, creating assignments, managing student behavior and the schedule. I'm not getting into writing about these things today. I'm just saying, what are some things about teaching that I know I could write a short paragraph about? Same thing with football. And so here's my example of what you're going to be doing today. And once again, yours is going to be blank. So there's up to 4 expert topics. You need to do at least 3. And each of these bullet points are parts of that topic that you could write about. And so this is what you'll fill out today, and you can share it with me. Remember to share after you finish. And then this will help you determine your topic and your organization for the rest of the week. So once again today, it does say on your slide here, the last slide, it says in the learning path, you're going to list the topics, the details, and then it says choose one of the topics and begin writing. You really don't have to do the writing portion today, but you should choose after you do your 3 or 4 expert topics, what is the one topic that you think you can write about this week that you know a lot about, that you have at least 3 very strong subheadings of that topic, where it could be just like I showed you, any of these bullet points. Those are 4 different things I could write about with baseball. I need to have at least 3 things I could write about if it were teaching. And so you're going to choose today after you do this organizer.